All right, YouTube. Um, Decided to do an updated um, video to show where I am with this 2JZ BMW E46. Now, if you noticed that this one no longer has the bumper on, and now it has the 2JZ GTE VVTI. Yeah, so this is not the GE or the NAT as initially begun, but it's the exact same car. I just had a change of mind. I thought, oh well, let me put the GTE in and start with that. I'll obviously get back to the um, the GENAT. It's over here. I'm not sure it's too comfortable, but that's where it is at the moment. Okay, right. So yeah, I had so this is where I am now. 2JZ GTE VVTI is in. Use the same mounting brackets. Let me use the light here. Same mounting brackets from Poland. Yeah. So everything is the same. All the same fitment in terms of the adaptation between the engine and the gearbox. It's all the same. Obviously, you could recognize that I removed the twin turbo setup quietly in the corner. Yeah, because I recognize it. I wanted to initially try and see what the twin turbo setup feels like, but I recognized I was having some problems with that. With the exhaust, I would have problems rather getting the exhaust past the steering. Is what's that? The steering column, you might say, or the link, and the bracket. The what bracket is that? The engine mount bracket, right? Yeah. So I got this EB setup was all rather cheap enough, and also I put in a um oil. Oops, sorry, that's oil filter relocation kit, and also an oil cooler. So the oil cooler will be there working in conjunction with the already existing water cooling system that goes to that, right? Yeah, so that's where it is at the minute. Um, I got it roughly started the other day. Got the wiring, just kind of tinkered with it a bit. Let's set this down. Right. Yeah. So there are some. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that quite well. There are some of them. I just put them in there, but I didn't have the connecting clip section, so I just got the some wires and kind of stuck those on to see how it sounded, as if it's fine as the engine. Yes, and it turned out to be fine. It was okay. So this is where I'm at the minute, and I think what I'll do at some point is do a more detailed overview of what I've done with this. Well, it will be in retrospect. I'll probably have to make a list and kind of go through and show you as I go along. But yeah, this is where the problem I was having. So I couldn't use this. I couldn't use this part. I had to take this part off, and this part also. I had to remove that, and which left that, and that wouldn't allow the clearance to pass the engine mount bracket. So I just decided to just get rid of the whole thing. I mean, this is only good for things. From my research, I see people get maximum about 400 horsepower out of the twins sequentially, but it's also stated that the lifespan is shortened, by that. So I mean, this is a much smaller turbine. This should be like a GT35 spec, but it's not. It's really just a journal bearing eBay turbine. But the GT45 on the NA is capable of much more horsepower, although it's also not like eBay, not like an authentic GT ball bearing turbo. Okay, well this paper got messed up because it was on the ground, but this was just a little bit of the wiring that I had looked at to just to get it started. And these are the two plugs that was missing from the ECU. So that's what I use to really get it started, and it did. So hopefully when I get it all, like get my oil system sorted out again, because I changed some parts there so that the clearance solve some clearance issues. So when all that is sorted and turbo oil line is in, because the fitment that I have to go into the block here from the GE is different. Obviously the GE would be over on this side, and just a little bit of differences, as I was doing over this swap from the NA to the GTE, but or the NAT to this. But having said that, it's been nice so far, and I'll keep you updated with where I am. Hopefully, when I get the other parts in. Ideally, I wanted to get the GE. What am I saying? The GTE non-VVTI rather, but this was more readily available, and I thought, okay, let me give this a try. And I do think that after I'm done with this, I'm going to get another E46 at some point and just try to put that one over there inside. I think I want to see what it could do, right? Oh, just an observation. What I recognize that the power steering connections for this, I'd have to get a hose made for the high pressure line for sure, because again, as it said, it's high pressure, so I need a proper one for that. So that's another nuance to this. But yeah, it's good so far. So hopefully in another couple of days or a week, let's say, I'll be able to be further along. Throughout the cable system that I had on it, I'm now going to have to adjust that further from inside to get this, because this is a shorter distance between there. So yeah, so I'm going to have to basically shorter the inner piece to get this going. I'd love to get this thing running in maybe a few weeks. It's not impossible. Just have it here in my garage when I come in for work on that. Yeah. So that's the eBay turbine. It's supposed to be equivalent again of the GT35 turbine. This is what it says at the back, on the back housing. That says AR68. Right. Yeah, and the kit comes with a wastegate also. Yeah. Right. So yeah, that's a quick update. I recognize it had been a while since I really said anything or posted any updates, and I'll try to be a little bit more vigilant and just give a little bit more updates as I go along with this. Yep. So keep watching. Thank you.